Welcome, beautiful, beloved souls. My name is Gem Stone. I'm a psychic medium and I am an author. And this video is a PowerPoint. Normally on this channel, I do commentaries where I look at anything and everything through a lens. Okay. This is using AI music tools to reconstruct lost melodies from my past lives. Just before we get into the PowerPoint, I have been using different AI apps to write music for me, which some of those I have uploaded to YouTube. So either I sing and the AI synthesizes from my voice that tune, or I write the lyrics and AI has constructed the song. What if the melody you've been carrying around your entire life didn't originate in this lifetime? What if the strange musical fragments that appear in dreams, during meditation, or seemingly out of nowhere is actually an echo from another incarnation? In this PowerPoint, I'm exploring a fascinating intersection between spirituality and technology. Using modern AI music generation tools, I'm attempting something that would have sounded impossible only a few years ago. Reconstructing melodies that feel connected to memories beyond ordinary experience. This isn't about proving anything scientifically. Rather, it's an exploration of possibility. Can AI, artificial intelligence, help us translate vague impressions, emotions, and psychic fragments into actual music we can hear? And if so, what might those sounds reveal about the deeper layers of human consciousness? Music deja vu. Many people report experiencing what I call musical deja vu. It's that strange feeling of hearing a melody that feels deeply familiar despite never consciously learning it. Sometimes it appears in dreams. Sometimes it surfaces during meditation. Sometimes a few notes seem to drift into awareness and then disappear before you can capture them. For me, these fragments have appeared throughout my life. They often arrive with emotions attached to them, feelings of longing, nostalgia, mystery, or recognition. The question became, where do these melodies come from? Traditional explanations suggest memory, imagination, or subconscious pattern recognition. Those explanations may be entirely correct, yet many spiritual traditions suggest another possibility, that consciousness carries impressions across multiple lifetimes. The concept of soul memory. Across cultures, there are stories suggesting that memories can survive physical death. While most discussions focus on visual memories, emotional memories, or recurring life themes, music may be one of the strongest carriers of memory available to us. Music bypasses ordinary language. A melody can trigger emotions instantly. It can evoke places we've forgotten and experiences we cannot easily describe. If consciousness does continue beyond a single lifetime, perhaps music acts like a bridge, connecting those experiences together. This project begins with that possibility, not as certainty, but as a question worth exploring. Why traditional music tools fail? The challenge is that these impressions rarely arrive as complex songs. Instead, they appear as fragments. A few notes, a rhythm, an emotional atmosphere, a sense of place. Conventional music composition software expects clear instructions. It wants notes, chords, tempos, and arrangements. Past life impressions, if that's what they are, don't arrive in that format. They arrive as feelings, symbols, and incomplete patterns. For years, I couldn't translate those impressions into music that felt authentic to the original experience. That is where AI entered the picture. The arrival of generative music AI. The latest generation of AI music systems works very differently from traditional composition tools. Instead of requiring precise notation, they can interpret descriptions, emotions, atmospheres, and examples. You can describe a mood. You can hum a melody. You can provide imagery. The AI then attempts to generate music matching those concepts. This ability creates a fascinating possibility. If psychic impressions contain emotional and symbolic information, perhaps AI can act as a translator between those impressions and audible sound. Gathering the fragments. Before using any AI tool, I needed source material. I began documenting every musical impression I could remember. Dream fragments, meditation experiences, reoccurring melodies, emotional states, associated imagery, historical impressions, geographic impressions, even colors and textures. Rather than treating these experiences as complete memories, I treated them as data points, tiny clues pointing towards a larger musical picture. Feeding the AI. Once these fragments were collected, they became prompts for AI music systems. Instead of saying, write a song, I described the emotional atmosphere. Ancient stone structures. Wind, distance, loss, reunion, ceremony, oceanic rhythm. The AI wasn't told these were past life memories. It simply received the impressions themselves and attempted to convert them into sound. The results were often surprising. Translating vibrational signatures. Many spiritual traditions describe reality as vibration. Everything vibrates. Matter vibrates. Energy vibrates. Consciousness itself may possess vibrational characteristics. Whether taken literally or symbolically, this concept becomes interesting when working with music. Music is vibration made audible. The AI effectively becomes a translator, turning abstract emotional frequencies into sound frequencies that can be heard and analyzed. Unexpected historical influences. One fascinating aspect was the appearance of instruments I never requested directly. Certain generations consistently included sounds resembling ancient flutes, lyres, frame drums, and vocal chants. Was the AI drawing from statistical associations? Possibly. Was it reflecting something deeper within the prompts? Perhaps. The interesting part wasn't whether these instruments were historically accurate, it was how emotionally familiar they felt. The geography hidden in sound. As patterns emerged, some compositions seemed associated with specific environments. Deserts, coastlines, mountains, forests. Different landscapes produced distinct musical characteristics. Whether these represented genuine memories or symbolic constructions of the subconscious, they created remarkably coherent soundscapes. Each felt like a location waiting to be remembered. Reconstructing ancient voices. One of the most fascinating experiments involved vocal synthesis. Using elements of my own voice, AI systems generated ethereal voice layers that sounded both familiar and unfamiliar simultaneously. The experience raised intriguing questions. Could a voice carry echoes of deeper identity? Could certain vocal patterns persist across incarnations? Or was the AI simply creating an artistic illusion powerful enough to trigger emotional recognition. The technical alchemy. Not every AI generation worked. Many outputs sounded artificial. Some felt emotionally empty. Others contained distracting digital artifacts. The process became a form of modern alchemy, separating meaningful signals from noise, refining generations, adjusting prompts, removing unwanted elements, preserving what felt authentic. The goal wasn't perfection. The goal was resonance. The first complete playback. Eventually, a complex composition emerged. For the first time, I could listen to a full piece of music that appeared to originate from these fragmented impressions. The experience was unexpectedly emotional, not because I suddenly knew it came from a past life, but because it strangely felt familiar, as if something previously scattered had become whole. The chills response. Many people report physical reactions when hearing meaningful music. Goosebumps, chills, emotional release, tears. Researchers sometimes refer to this as frisson. The completed compositions triggered these responses repeatedly, whether caused by subconscious recognition or spiritual memory. The psychological effect was real. The body was responding to something. How much did the AI invent? An important question remains. How much of the final music came from me? And how much came from the AI? The answer is probably both. The AI filled gaps, created transitions, expanded fragments, interpreted emotions. The resulting composition became a collaboration between human consciousness and machine creativity. Can this prove past lives? No, not scientifically. The resulting music is ultimately an artistic interpretation of subjective experience. However, proof isn't always the point. Exploration has value. Creative experimentation has value. Investigating consciousness has value. Sometimes the questions are more important than the answers. Regardless of your beliefs about reincarnation, AI music generation offers a powerful tool for self-exploration. So, it's a new tool for inner exploration. Dream reconstruction, emotional processing, creative inspiration, meditation support, memory exploration. These technologies allow us to externalize experiences that were previously difficult to express. That alone makes them remarkable. Inviting others to explore. I encourage viewers to experiment for themselves. Document reoccurring melodies. Record dream fragments. Hum forgotten tunes. Describe emotional atmospheres. Then allow AI systems to interpret them. You may discover surprising patterns hidden within your subconscious mind, or perhaps something deeper. Technology meets spirituality. Throughout history, humanity has used whatever tools were available to explore the unknown. Dreams, drums, storytelling, writing, photography, computers. And when I said dreams at first, it was interpretation of dreams. AI, or artificial intelligence, may simply be the newest tool in that journey. Rather than replacing spiritual exploration, it may provide new ways to engage with it. So, instead of just programming or playing games or using it for writing and things like that, AI not only is a new art form, but you can make music with AI. Final reflection. Perhaps they are masterpieces created by the subconscious. Perhaps they are collaboration between memory, imagination, consciousness, and technology. Whatever their origin, they remind us that music has a unique power. It reaches places words cannot. How many times have you heard, music soothes the beast, or music soothes the soul, or heals the soul? And sometimes, hidden within a melody, we may discover a forgotten piece of ourselves. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of AI, consciousness, and the possibility that some songs never truly die. And before I end this PowerPoint, I often have dreams where I am singing. I'm either in a band or I'm going around, and the songs I create, the melodies I create, they're not of this world. And sometimes when I am awake, my ears will ring with ethereal music, and I've uploaded that experience on YouTube before. Okay, if you are going to drop a comment, I ask that you do so respectfully, please. If only the world was more respectful, more tolerant, less prejudiced, less judgmental, it would be such a better place to live in. And please be kind to one another. Smile at a stranger. You might just save someone else's life. Take care of yourselves because you matter. You are special. Thanks again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and let me know, do you enjoy PowerPoints or would you like me to continue with commentaries? When I do a PowerPoint, although there were few slides, it takes hours of work. It's taken me 4 hours just to do this one. All right, love, light, and blessings. Goodbye.